Hey Zach, how's it going tonight, man?
Good, good. We're doing
Good.
well.
Hey, this is going to be a special episode of the Impact ELR news. We've got a special guest tonight. We got Jordan Congdon from Black Bear Shooting Club and the Black Bear Shooting Team. He's joining us tonight, and we're excited to have you, Jordan. How you doing tonight, man?
Good, great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We're excited. We put out an episode today, and we were talking about some upcoming matches, and we realized that we didn't go into depth of one of the most important ones and one of the most unique ones coming up. So we decided to reach out, and since you're running it, we wanted to get you on board and let you describe it. But before we get into that, we'll keep the viewers waiting a little bit. Um, if you will, if you want to give us, I'll do a brief introduction, but I want you to talk about sort of your ELR path, if you will. So this is Jordan Congdon, like I said, Black Bear Shooting Club and Black Bear Shooting Team up out of Virginia. Jordan and his family, if you've ever shared a match with them, shared a firing line, you know that they are huge advocates for the sport of ELR, that they're good representatives for it, that they have competed successfully all over the country, and they have even finished really, really well at King events, King of 1 Mile, King of 2 Mile, and it's always just a pleasure to have them at a match with you. Jordan, tell us how you got here, man.
Yeah. So we started up here in Culpeper, and we started shooting 6.5 Creedmoors at. We started from 100 yards, and we would work all the way out to 1,200
Man,
yards, and then we would bring it back in because we were new shooters. So what they did at that format was they would bring us
yeah.
back into
that
200 yards
that 6.5
because
has just been a gateway drug, hasn't it?
yeah, yeah, and a lot of that. What Boyd Carpenter was the one that's running that match, and he got a lot of new people shooting in the ELR world. So we started with the 6.5 Creedmoors and went down to conquer the castle. We shot at Black Bear, joined Black Bear. Yeah, the 6.5s what started it with us. I started with a 308 act, before that going up to 1,000 yards,
Mm-hmm.
then graduated up to a 6.5. But after that 6.5, I went straight to heavy gun shooting a 37 XC.
That's one of David Tubbs' designs. That's been a
Yep.
impressive cartridge. So, and I hate to say it now, but the late great David Tubb. I know we lost him recently, and that's a tremendous loss to the shooting sport community. So
Yep, I just built a 30 XC
nice.
while having it built now, so that should be
Yeah.
done here in the next week or so. I talked to David a couple days before he passed about that, getting bushings and dies and sizing reamers and everything set up with that. So that'd be
Nice.
an interesting cartridge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Should barrel life in the double digits possibly.
Yeah, we're all over the place. Yeah, I'm expecting that thing. I'm hoping it'll get about 550 rounds, 600.
Yeah, right, right. Man, that'll be cool. That'll be neat to see on the line. And I know your family shoots. You've got some great team members. You'll see Black Bear team members, all over the country at matches. So y'all really support the sport. Uh,
Yeah, we do. Uh, I'm with ELRSO, so
mhm,
they
mhm,
they host the King of 1 Mile at um, at the Castle
mhm,
in Mingus, Texas, and then Alex runs King of 2 Mile, and that'll be held in New Mexico at Rotan, no
mhm.
Raton,
Right.
at the NRA Whitting Center. So we're getting ready to gear up for both of those matches.
And then you said Black Bear is what's the nearest town? I still haven't got to come shoot that venue. Where's
Appomattox.
Appomattox? There we go in Virginia.
That,
Man, that's such a unique venue. I want to get up there and see it because just the way y'all have it set up to shoot is such a unique way of approaching, especially in the East.
yeah, our biggest angle is negative 13 degrees. So if you've never shot up there, you need to bring a lot of rear bags
Right.
or almost no bipod on the front.
Yeah. So is that how you got your kids in it? They had to hold up the rear of your rifle while you were shooting at
Right.
those angles. Yeah.
That's right.
Tell them not to
Yeah.
move.
So the girls started shooting up there at Compton with us with that with the 6.5, and the match was $20 for 20 shots.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you go up there, you shoot for 15 minutes, and you're done.
Yeah.
So, or if you want to do another relay, it's another $20. So that's where everybody started on it. My wife, both girls. Then when we started getting into the extreme long range, we had a private range here close to Daniel's house that would go out to 2,400 yards.
Nice, nice.
And with that range, we were still trying to stretch out 6.5 PRCs at 2,400 yards. And I'll never forget, I drove my skid steer down range and I lifted my bucket up about 12 feet in the air, and I sat behind a 4x4 steel plate while Daniel was shooting at the plate at the target. I was a forward spotter.
Right.
And I mean, that's where that was long ago, before the technology and the optics that we use now. That was a whole different world.
Yeah, I'm a little sad to see that the ELR community is probably going to have very few forward observers in the future, because I definitely did the same thing. Like that, will be a dying breed at some point because we were just so desperate to try it, you know. So, but yeah, if you haven't been a forward observer,
now the closest thing you'll get is the be down at the 50 cal bench press match. That's
right. That's right. So the talk about ELR SO a little bit, and you mentioned they put on the King matches. You've got the 2 matches at Black Bear annually, right? Or the 2 main ones in the past. Y'all have added some stuff, but yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we do the 2 at Black Bear, then the Greystone Castle. They put on a light gun, heavy gun, and a pro-am. And then also King of 1. And then also ELRSO does the Battle of Lazy J in South Dakota. Beautiful place. Absolutely gorgeous.
Now that one's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
We just had it.
Just had it. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I remember seeing it on Facebook
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay, I got you. Sorry, I mixed it up. Well, maybe my Facebook feed is that delayed too. So, cool. And so coming up, our standard ELR matches are sort of light gun, heavy gun, up to 338, up to 50 cal. Everybody's sort of familiar with those. So tell us about the one you got coming up.
So going back to the roots, we all started with a 6.5, and with the ELR matches, generally people aren't up with the 6.5 Creedmoor and willingly get slammed by 33 XCs. Sure. So what my thought on it was to get new shooters involved is to do a short action division and a long action division. So that way and there is some guys that are building some pretty gnarly short actions for this. But I'm one of them that are building a gnarly long action for it too. So, but I wanted to give the guys that are starting out with their hunting rifles a chance to compete.
Right.
So it's 2 separate divisions. Everybody's going to shoot the same targets. We're going out to 1,800 yards.
Okay.
I mean, the biggest thing with our sport is everybody wants their first 1,000 yards. That's huge. That's a huge accomplishment. What's next? A mile.
A mile.
Everybody wants a mile.
Yep.
After that, it's 2 miles.
That's right.
And so I wanted to do a match that I could show these new shooters that 6.5 Creedmoors can go a mile.
Right. And that's one of the biggest things. I'm sure you've seen this since you started doing is how capable and competent a 6.5 Creedmoor, even in a factory rifle, is now going out to a mile. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I want to show people that we can do it in a match setting. So, Naomi just hit 2 miles at Lazy J. And we've had a million comments, them saying, well, it was done, in 50 shots or 100 shots. No, this is a match setting. It was done on her 3rd shot.
Right.
So that you can still do this with Creedmoors. That's their 1,800 yards is our 2 mile with the big guns.
Right.
So it is doable, and I really want to just help people get it out there. I was going to host a class that same weekend.
Sure.
But I was concerned I was only going to be able to get 6 or 7 people that I could spend time with, because I don't want to book out a huge class.
Sure.
So instead of doing that, I figured I could reach out to 30 or 40 people and be able to help them in a match setting, help them with their pressure on the clock, so on and so forth.
All right. There's nothing like getting on a clock the first time in whatever you do. Like it's so different from you sit there at your range, you can simulate the conditions, but the first time that timer starts, bolt closes, and you're on the clock, your heart rate's up. I mean, that's part of the adrenaline dump of it. And getting to experience that, you're right. Like, there's no way to simulate it.
Yeah, and knowing how to manipulate your bipod or your rear bags on the clock, I mean, that's a huge
Yeah,
deal. So
that's right.
I figured this was going to be some of the guys that are coming in with 284s or smaller calibers. They're coming to test their limits and know their gear.
Right.
So that's a big part of what I want to do.
So let's talk about gear then. So you mentioned you're going to have 2 classes, short action and long action. So tell me sort of what the parameters for our shooters, what those 2 classes, what your parameters for shooting in those are.
So I'm going to do everything for 26 pounds. That way all the rankings will go to the ELR Foundation, and ELR Alliance can use them. So we're using all light gun rules.
Okay.
All the targets are going to have cameras on them. But I mean, there's some guys that are necking up 6.5s in the short action division, so they can, get some more speed out of their ammo.
Sure.
And like, I'm shooting a 33 XC case, but I'm necking it down to a 30 XC.
Right.
So I'm doing kind of the same thing. I'm going to be running about 3,400 feet per second with a 245 grain projectile.
Yeah, which is screaming. That's impressive. What as far for shooters that may not know, so it's 26 pounds, bipod fired from prone.
Yeah,
is that right?
And if there's a couple guys that are older, I've always let everybody at my matches shoot off of a bench if they need it.
Sure. Gotcha.
I've had guys provide their own benches. I also have 2 benches up there. So that's been the first year that Jay Monich ran Black Bear, Randy Wise won the match with a pistol at an ELR event.
Nice. That's awesome. Legend. What they'll have, so shooter spotter teams. Yeah, I know Black Bear y'all always have so many members who are willing to help on anything. So if you're a shooter that doesn't have a dedicated spotter, y'all got them covered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All y'all always do, and that's always so good. All right, so bipod, prone, how many shots per string and what amount of time will they have?
Right now we're doing 5 shots per string. We're going to do three targets in the first string, 3 targets on the second string, 2 targets on the last one, I believe, is how I have it. I wanted to make this a 2-day event, but depending on the amount of shooters and if they vote on it, we might just do it in a 1 day. But I wanted these guys coming over from NRL or PRS or bench rest that are used to shooting 100 rounds a day, where in ELR, 30 rounds, we're done. We don't need to shoot anymore.
Right.
So I was trying to get them more round count, more than what I normally would do at a Black Bear or one of the ELR matches.
Okay. So total round count will be how much for a shooter? 50 rounds. I got you.
And I'm doing a side stage. I'm going to do a know your limits at like 800 yards.
Nice.
And that's just one more thing. If people want to shoot, if they want to keep going, they can step over there. It's going to be about 150 yards away from our light gun platform, and they can go to town, go crazy on that.
Nice.
We'll have cameras on the know your limits as well too.
And I think you said this earlier. I just want to make sure this is 30 caliber and under, right?
Correct.
And that's part of what makes this different is you're keeping this 30 cal and under. And again, just keeping it competitive for people that want to come out with whatever they have that they want to try, from a PRS rifle to NRL to whatever. So
what kind of got me the idea of this is when I flew over to Scotland over the winter and looked at that ELR event over there. They host short action and long action matches because their rifles over in Europe, their laws aren't the same as ours. So their light gun is short action and their heavy gun is long action.
I gotcha. That's
So
pretty
that's
cool.
a big thing for that. And I figure I haven't seen anybody do it here in the US. It's a good idea to integrate it over here and start running with it. If it does well, which we've had a great number of signups, then I'll do one most likely in Texas next year at the Cellmark Ranch at some point.
I gotcha. And I'm sure you probably said, how much time will they have to shoot a string?
I'm probably going to give them about 7 or 8 minutes.
Sure.
Since it's new shooters, but I'm making my transitions extremely easy. And at Black Bear, I number all my targets, so there's no confusion on any of that.
Good.
So it should be relatively. I'm making it for the beginner.
Right.
Now, if you're coming up wearing a jersey and you want me to help spot for you, I'm not going to do it. But if you brought your daddy's 30-06 out there, by all means, I'm going to do whatever I need to do. My goal at this match is to get as many people as I can their first 1 mile hit.
Right. Well, and even some people that may have never shot to 1,000, right? Get them on at 1,000, get them on at a mile. Hit the 2 sexy numbers, let them go home and impress their friends,
That's right.
Yep. There's nothing better than that first time you take somebody to a range, they haven't shot much, and all of a sudden they're hitting targets beyond what they ever thought possible.
And especially like when Daniel's spotting and he's telling you to hold 2 trees up and 5 trees to the left, or I mean, he's really good at that. And before I built my Ruger Precision 6.5, my furthest impact with that was 1,900 yards, and I had 70 MOA in my scope, so I was holding like 40 minutes.
That's right.
I did that at Moccasin Valley.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So what I did was, and I did this just to show these guys we could do it, is I put an extended rail on the front of my 6.5 so I can put a prism on my 6.5 Creedmoor. And my middle daughter, she got 1,930 yards in a match in Texas. And then she came right home and did it a match in Virginia, 1,930 yards with a 6. We changed the barrel out. That was a 6 Creedmoor.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. That's impressive, man. And that's what it's about. Like if we're not doing stuff like this that gets new shooters in, what are we doing?
That's
right. If we're not growing, we're dying. It's just that simple. And there's nothing like seeing a kid on the line and just watching them run it. One of my favorite quotes I've ever heard about a kid shooting is, they don't know it's supposed to be hard. They lay down and just do it, and I love it.
And they're extremely good at it. They don't have our bad habits.
Yep.
So we've seen that a lot with newer shooters, that with especially children, that they are just amazing at what they do. And but also they get heartbroken really easy if they do really bad. So
well, you one of the team aspects, and I'm sure one of the things you've had to learn shooting with your family is the psychological side of it so much. Right. Dealing with both the successes and y'all have had the highest of the highs, the princess of 1 mile, and I mean, y'all have had some of the greatest achievements you can have in ELR, but like you say, you have a kid miss the first target completely, and all of a sudden you're dealing with that psychological aspect of keeping them in it, so that's fun. So
when we first started shooting ELR, all the matches were hit to advance. And that can be devastating.
Yeah.
I mean, there's guys that I know very, very, very well that can't hit the closer targets.
Yeah.
They can't hit 1, 2, or 3, but they can destroy 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Yeah, if ELR were only hit to advance, I probably wouldn't be shooting ELR.
Yeah, and luckily we've changed that to where most of the matches, except for 2 a year, are not hit to advance.
Right. I mean, it's good. I just would have gotten so frustrated early on. I probably would have stopped. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it's a neat format. I just probably would have gotten so frustrated psychologically that I would have quit. Just because I know how I shoot. So
yeah, and it's extremely humbling.
Yes.
To not come off of T1.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's got to be a good motivator too, I'm sure. So you don't
right.
You don't
and there's a lot of new shooters that have joined us in the last year and a half that are shooting King of 1 Mile and King of 2 Mile this year, and they've already expressed that they're nervous about the hit to advance part. And
sure.
I said, man, it's another match. That's all it is. If you have the mentality going in, it's just another match, you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's good. So the match you got coming up, what are you calling it?
It's just the Black Bear Hunter ELR.
All right, and it's coming up which weekend?
That'd be August 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay, and shooters still have time to register?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I'll close the registration like 3 days beforehand because that's normally when Naomi and I pack up the truck and go down to the range and make sure everything's done and I can have stuff printed out.
Yeah.
And I'm in a little bit of trouble because I accidentally scheduled the match on the weekend of my anniversary.
Oh.
So
But Naomi's, I mean, she's going to be there, right? So happy anniversary.
Yeah, she'll be there. That's right.
So, yeah.
Not her happy trip herself.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything we missed on the match. So short action, long action, 26 pounds, 30 cal and under. Y'all will have people to help. Don't worry about if they don't have a spotter or God, anything else. I mean, I'm still convinced you could show up at an ELR match without a rifle and ammo and shoot the match just because the ELR community is so good.
We've had people do that and win, like legit win matches. With nothing.
One of those guys will have stuff for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a very good, close, tight community.
Yes, it is. It is.
One quick question, Jordan. You're saying long action and short action. Is that any short action? And is your PRCs in that, or are you just non-magnum short actions?
No, you can do a PRC.
Okay.
WSM. I mean, we're kind of going to be looking at it and see how bad they're gaming it. Because since this is the first one,
right?
We need to look at it and just make sure.
Yeah, because the WSMs, a lot of those, 300 WSM isn't that far off of a 300 Win Mag.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's another version, and I've shot a 300 Win Mag in ELR for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's going to be, I mean, this is how new the shooters are to signing up for this. Mm-hmm. Almost everyone has signed up in the wrong division. So we're going to have our work cut out for us Saturday morning, making sure the divisions are separated. And we do so there is several people that are going to be shooting in short action and in long action. Gotcha. So if they register for both, they can bring 2 guns. I don't care if they want to shoot their short action and in long action.
Right.
That just gives them more of an opportunity to get behind the trigger. We've done that for years where we did the ELR up there. You could shoot your 33XC in light gun and in heavy gun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the Tubbs, the Stalters, Christy and Nate, they won first and second 2 years in a row doing that with the same 33XC at 2 different points on the mountain.
Yeah. And I think I saw a Facebook post today with the trophies, didn't I, for the match?
Yes. Yeah. I just posted those about 15 or 20 minutes ago.
They look great. If I was a better video editor, I'd find some way to put those on the screen right now. But they look fantastic. So people can see.
Our guy does really good with them. They all have stands built into them. He does a wonderful job.
And are you doing first, second, third, light? I mean, long and short action, if I saw right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and depending on the amount of shooters is depending on how much cash we give out with first place.
Right. And speaking of that, what's the fee to shoot this match?
$200.
$200. So that's good. And look, if you're a PRS shooter wanting to see what this ELR stuff about, perfect opportunity to do it right here. You may have to shave some weight off your gun the way these PRS guns are now. I mean, you got a 30-pound 6-dasher, but you can drop some weight and come join us in ELR. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There was one more thing I was going to say, but I forgot. So that doesn't matter.
Well, and I was trying to think as far as the match rundown. I want to make sure we hit everything. What time that day would shoot? And they can let me ask you, where can they find details about the match?
So I have it on the Black Bear ELR Facebook page, my Facebook page. It's all over Practice Score.
Good.
I've posted it all through it, almost everything in Virginia and anything that said gun in it.
and that'll have their details about when they show up. Or do they have a chance for zero confirmation? How are you doing that?
It will be on Friday.
Okay.
They can come out in zero on Friday. They can shoot it to 1,000 yards. There's a couple other targets that are going to be in that area. I don't care if they get dope with those targets because that's not going to be shot in the match.
Gotcha.
Saturday, I would like to start shooting around 7, especially if we're going to push it all through in one day.
Right.
The second relay will most likely start about 45 minutes after the first relay. So we'll have 2 shooters on the left platform and 2 shooters on the right platform. So technically,
oh, we lost you for a second, Jordan.
Done by 9 o'clock in the morning.
Sorry, we lost you for a second. Or at least on mine, it cut out. You said technically you have 2 on left, 2 on right, and what was after that?
Yeah. So the first shooter could be done by.
Oh, did I lose you again, Jordan? Sorry, man. We lost you. I'm not sure.
So.
Yeah. You're back now. You're back. We got you. So
every time he gets to the time.
What's that now?
It's like every time he gets to the time, it freezes up on him. And I think he's trying to say that somewhere between 9 and 10 o'clock, your first shooter could be done for the day.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. So that can run through quickly, and you'll be keeping score as you go, and then just award ceremony at the end, I guess, or.
Yeah, and I'll have all the scores live. They'll be running on my Facebook page and on the Black Bear ELR page.
Nice, and I know y'all have done that in the past. Y'all have done a great job with getting that to work and having it where the shooters know where they're at, and really a lot of shooters have liked that. It just helps to know. And
it
man,
takes clutter away from scoring.
Yes, absolutely. And y'all are always so good about having plenty of volunteers to help. Y'all do a great job on that. And so I know it'll be a well-run match, even with a bunch of new shooters. Hey, don't be afraid to come out and ask for help. And you're going to be in a place where you're amongst friends, and there are going to be plenty of people willing to help. I guarantee you that. I can't be there. So
I'm bringing up some binoculars, and I'm going to have those on the line so that new people. I've had a couple guys call me and they say, well, what do I need to buy now? I said, look, I tell you what, I said, don't buy anything. Come up, look at what we have, understand if this is the route you want to go. You can use our stuff so that way you buy once, cry once.
That's right. That's right. Well, and most people don't realize any ELR match is also a trade show. I don't think I've ever been in a match where somebody's, oh, no, you can't look through my scope or you can't look through my binoculars. I mean, you get to go to one and test all this equipment and look through it that you can't go to any gun shop in the country and test under real world conditions. And so it's worth it just to come out and see the equipment.
Yeah, the only time I didn't like that was in Italy, because they had never seen rifles the size of ours, and they wanted to touch everything and put their dirty fingers all over my gun. And, our guns are hot rods, so most people ask before they touch, but not the Sicilian police. They they were all over it.
Man, I bet. Yeah. I haven't been brave enough to travel internationally with mine yet. Kudos to y'all for doing it. Right. What else? Zach? Anything else we're missing about the match and getting it set up for our shooters, old and new shooters alike?
No, that's you guys get it pretty good. Jordan's first class shooter mentor, and I guarantee you go there, You'll get to know them, and you're going to have fun. I don't care whether you hit any targets or not. Jordan's not going to let you leave there unless you've had fun.
That's right.
That's right.
Jordan, anything else you think you want to add tonight? I know you're a busy man. I don't want to keep you real long, and we appreciate you being with us. So anything you want to add this evening before we adjourn?
Yeah, I'm going to go down this weekend to Black Bear, and I've been doing some self-taught drone lessons. And I'm going to be working on we're hoping we can get between 3,100 and 3,200 yards at Black Bear.
Nice, man. That's going to be really cool.
So I have a little bit of work to do on that. It may not be ready for this fall match in November, which is fine. If it's not, then it'll give me all winter to perfect it. And then Unholy Alliance, we should be open for that. So that should be the longest range that I know of on the East Coast, except for the one in Florida that is not set up for matches.
Right. That's right.
So if we do that, I may have to do heavy gun to a 2-day format, because attendance is going to be so high. People on the East Coast don't have to travel to Texas or to South Dakota or New Mexico.
Right.
And we're going to, it'll be at 2 different platforms. So day 1 will be shot at our normal heavy gun platform. Day 2, we'll drive to a completely different platform. And it's almost like starting from scratch at 2,400 yards going up to 3,000.
Nice, man. Well, look,
Awesome.
we definitely want to get you back on then and talk more about that coming up. I hate that we haven't gotten you on before now, but I appreciate you getting on with us tonight and talking about it. And we definitely want to have you back and go through how the rest of the 2026 season is going to look and how the 2027 season is going to look. So we appreciate you doing it.
Yeah, anytime. That sounds great.
And man, thank you again for everything y'all do for the ELR community, for the sport of ELR shooting. Again, it's always just fun to have Black Bear there, to have the Congdons. Y'all do a lot to make this sport better and to spread it. And I appreciate you putting on this upcoming match and making sure that new shooters feel welcome like y'all always do. Zach, anything else tonight?
Nope, we're good, brother.
All right.
Glad Jordan was able to get on.
All right. Well, everybody, y'all find the 30 cal match at Black Bear Shooting Club with Jordan. Get signed up. It's coming up. What's the dates again, Jordan? It's
August 7th, 8th, and 9th.
And you'll be able to register up through roughly August 4th. So get it full.
Yeah.
Get out there, have a good time, and let's bang some targets. Make Jordan have to go work on steel and cameras and everything else. He'll love doing it. Yep. So, Jordan, thank you so much for getting on with us tonight, man. Look forward to talking to you and seeing you on the firing line in the future.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great one. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, bud.